Hi, it's Debbie Williams here. I'm an NLP trainer and hypnotherapist, as well as an eating disorders expert. Now, quite often I have emails from people who've struggled to want to lose weight, that they've been on this yo-yo battle with diets for 10, 15 years or more. And I fully understand where they're coming from, because I was overweight as a child, and then sort of in my late teens I contracted an eating disorder, bulimia, and I had that for nearly sort of 15 years, including binge eating disorder. And I remember getting to a point of absolute frustration where I actually prayed, and I'm not particularly religious, but I just asked, either let me be at peace being this overweight shape, or let me lose weight. But either way, I want an end to this struggle. And it was a pivotal point where it gave me the opportunity when I woke up the next day to stop struggling and stop fighting and to start looking for what the answer is. And I decided that I was going to be kind to myself, and I was going to stop fighting this battle, and I was going to do a plan for healthy foods that I enjoyed and just be kind to myself. And interestingly, looking back, by choosing healthy food that I enjoyed, I've started to feel a lot calmer, because within our society today there's so much junk food out there. We're hypnotised by the advertisers telling us, naughty but nice, you should only have one cake and have another cake, and it's try this new chocolate bar, try that, etc., etc. But when we eat a lot of this stuff, it does mess up with our mind and balance if we eat too much junky type food. Autopsies in America show that people, when they die, they're overfed yet undernourished. So this is going to send out cravings all the time, because after you've eaten something, an hour or so later, the body goes, no, I haven't got the nutrients, send out a desire again. And if you go out and carry on eating more junk food, it feels like you're on this endless craving for food. So when you make a decision to stop fighting and start being kind to yourself, write a list of all the foods that you enjoy that are healthy for you, then putting a plan around that, what I discovered through being obsessive about what do I need to learn to move on, what can I do to make myself happy and feel at peace with my figure. And interestingly enough, after that pivotal point of praying, it gave me the impetus to think, what is the answer? The answer is diets don't have the answer, because 90% of the time they fail. The statistics don't add up. Over the years, I've had every single diet club that's out there, team leaders. I've had 3 or 4 who run Weight Watchers have come to see me because they've been struggling. I had one lady who'd actually got to her ideal weight, but she got a seriously messed up eating strategy. She said, when the kids have their fish and chips on Friday, I don't allow myself to have that. I buy one of these Weight Watchers packet meals. She says, but afterwards, I raid the cupboards. So I said, well, you might as well have had their fish and chips with them. And she says, and the other thing I do is I don't like people at work to see me eat, because they know I run this Weight Watchers thing. So sometimes I sneak out and I buy, cheese sandwich, and I'll go into the toilet and I'll eat it in there. And she says, I can't believe I'm saying this because it's so disgusting. She says, but I can't stop myself. And this is because she got to her ideal weight through a strategy that long-term doesn't necessarily work unless you've got in your mind, you click into what lean, healthy, happy people do naturally. I had a doctor come to me the other day who said, she lost 2 stone and she was gradually putting it back on. And I could see exactly what was happening with her. She was losing the weight for a holiday, and she did it through just eating what she wanted, but just smaller amounts. And I said, that's fantastic that you're doing that, because it's not a diet, it's not deprivation. It's just being aware that, if you eat 3/4 of what you normally do on a plate, or you put it on a smaller plate so it still feels like you're eating that, your stomach is only this size, you're retraining your stomach to shrink, and the side effect is the weight loss. But what happened with her is she knew that she was 2 weeks away going on holiday, and a new belief clicked in of, oh, I'm on holiday, I can eat what I like. And that's when she started falling off her plan and going on holiday and eat and eat and eat. And she's come back and she's carried on. And I've just tweaked things and I said, right, we just need to get back on plan of eating like a lean, healthy, happy person does, which is eating whatever you want. And we tend to go towards healthier foods. We instinctively know what we need to build a human body. And sometimes setting some of the foods of thinking, well, it's just fuel, so I'm going to have my 5 a day fruits and vegetables, and I'm going to have one treat meal to look forward to that I really, really enjoy, but the rest of the time it's fuel. And over time you'll find that fuel, you'll start to enjoy the salads and you'll start to enjoy the vegetables as you become accustomed to it. And the weird thing is, I actually crave vegetables now. If I've been away and I've had to have some heavier foods, if I've been working down London, then I can't wait to get back and have some steamed broccoli and cauliflower and do some curries with vegetables and stuff, because I love those tastes and textures. I never used to, but it's retraining. It's like giving up sugar in your tea. A month later, somebody puts sugar in your tea and it's like, ugh. But to begin with, it was hard work. And sometimes asking the question of, what do I need to learn to move on? Because occasionally we almost like sabotage ourselves. We get all the help that we need, but we still try and sabotage ourselves. And we get into this thing of, oh, why am I sabotaging myself? And that's the wrong path to go down. The path to go down is, what do I need to learn to make my life healthier and happier? And where could I be 12 months from now if I started now just looking at what was on my plate of eating, 7/8 of what I normally eat, and predominantly basing my diet around nutrient-dense yet calorie-poor foods if you want to lose weight, and foods that you enjoy so that you've got treats to look forward to get yourself out the dieting mentality and to move forward to what you really want, which is to be lean, healthy and happy. Now, I've got lots of free videos on my YouTube channel, and I've also got lots of inexpensive self-help recordings, and I'll put a link here to my bigger program, which more or less is like overkill. It gives you every recording that I've got that can help with weight loss and overcoming any eating disorders, because when I work with clients, sometimes it's 2 to 3 sessions to get them sorted out, and sometimes it's 10 or 12 or more, especially if it's a complex eating disorder and there's stuff going on there. But my whole focus is focusing on learning how to be lean, healthy and happy. And you don't necessarily need me to do that, but just maybe write that down as a goal for this next year. I'm going to study as a degree level to eat as a lean, healthy, happy person does. And who do I know that eats that way? How do they eat? And can I copy them? And the more you do that, the more you'll pull yourself out of your dieting mentality. And as I said earlier, I've had on my books at the moment, I've got 2 people who run Slimmer's World, and it's one of my favourite because it does actually give you choices and it allows you to have sins, but they've fallen off track and want some help to get back on track. And every other diet club, I've had people come to me who've either lost weight but then ballooned back on, and it just tells me, as my friend Paul McKenna says, it's what you're doing inside your head. And if you're perceiving that you're depriving yourself, as my one lady decided that she couldn't get herself back on eating the way she had to lose her 2 stone because of society think, oh, well, I was on a diet. And I said, well, you need to reframe that. You weren't on a diet because, as you said, you actually enjoyed eating the food. It was just a conscious effort to put a smaller amount on your plate, and the side effect was the weight loss. And that's one of the best ways to lose weight, is to do a plan of what you enjoy, and then look, will that take me nearer to where I want to go or further away? And then, make some adjustments and grow into eating more healthier foods and telling yourself, well, it's just fuel, but, tonight I've got my curry that I'm looking forward to, or, I've got a nice jacket potato and I'm going to have beans and coleslaw on it, and a lovely salad and stuff. And today I'm going to have a Marks and Spencer's salad as a treat, but knowing that I picked the one that's got not so many calories in, but it's expensive, so I'm going to enjoy it. So start thinking about how you can be kind to yourself, and explore some of my freebie stuff, and have a look at the links below of other stuff that's available that can support you. I've been there, I've done it, I've got the t-shirt, and I am now lean, healthy and happy, and I've been that way for 15 years, and that includes having a baby where I put weight on, and I did exactly the same strategy to lose the weight after having my son. And on the complete package, there's everything there, and if you have a read of it, of how much support there is there to help you, then contact me if you want that support. Okay, great talking to you today, and just practice and look, what do lean, healthy, happy people do, and copy it.